Hey everyone, this is Alease Michelle, your online marketing and branding coach. Now, today, happy, what's today? Wednesday? Happy Wednesday, what is it? Winning Wednesday. Well, today I'm not going to really talk about too much about winning. I'm going to talk about the lie that you have been sold and told a lot, okay? So I know some of you probably have heard of the saying that turn your passion into a business, or do what you love and the money will follow, right? You've heard that. I've heard that, and I thought that it was like genius. Let me find what I love and I'm going to turn it into a business, or I'm going to do what I love and the money's going to follow, and I'm going to go and work for someone's job doing what I thought I absolutely love. Well, let me just say to you, it's a lie. It is a lie. What you are in the business of is solving problems. Now, if your passion or your love falls within helping others solve their problem, then you are on a good start. But I also want to make you think about, or start to think about, if you are really doing this for the money, the passion or the love for the money, there might become a time that you begin to hate it, right? And let me just explain to you. I got a story that I did that, right? I followed what most of the gurus say to do, turn a passion into a business. I did that, okay? But it didn't turn out like I expected. So let me just share with you real quick. One of the things that I did when I was trying to find myself, I was working full time as a college professor, and I knew that I wanted to do something a little more, share, give, just do something to make me feel better, to motivate me and inspire me. So I decided that I would start my art business, right? I was an artist. I majored in art studio in undergrad, but I never really pursued it because I was working these hours, I was doing these things, so I really didn't have the time to do it. So I decided, okay, this is it, this is what you're going to do. This is what you need to inspire you, to make you feel better, okay? So what I did was I started my art business, and I was doing, pretty well. I was selling prints, I was doing commission works, I was getting into galleries, blah, 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 all of the things that artists do, right? I was interviews, all that kind of stuff. But the business started picking up, and I began to resent it. I began to hate it, because what I was doing more so was creating art for money. I wasn't creating art to inspire me and then giving it away, right? And that's what I was doing in the beginning. I would do some kind of, art or collage work or whatever, and I would turn it into a card series, and I would use them as my Christmas cards and give them out to my family. And I loved that because they were taking the cards and they were framing them. I did sell some, some people was like, oh, I like those collage work. They would come over to my house and they would see it and I would sell it. I liked that. But when it started to turn into more of, oh, I had to produce something every season, and then I had to take on commission work, it became more of a love-hate relationship, and it was more or less more hate than love. So that turning a passion into a business just did not fly for me at all. What did happen out of that, right, which I realized, which is what here's the truth part, is that you're in the business of solving other people's problems, giving them solutions to their problems, is out of that passion of doing art that I eventually started to hate. My peers came to me asking me, how was I able to market my art business online? Who knew? Right? I was just, learning it on the back end and doing art and learn some marketing things on the back end. But they came to me and they had a problem and I had a solution. And so what happened from that is that I started a blog. And in that blog, I was sharing tips and strategies on how to sell your artwork online. My target market was creative entrepreneurs. That's what the blog was the school of creative business. And I shared that, and I sold courses, and I did workshops on that. And so I love that. And that then expanded even more into helping other people turn their, help them start up their coaching business, because that's what happened. I started doing more one-on-one coaching. That marketing, I was leaving more creative entrepreneurs and working with professionals and authors and people who had coaching businesses and stuff like that. So I was teaching them how to market online. Because basically, once you get the online thing down, marketing online, you can market anything. So that's what I learned. I took a passion, okay, that I eventually hated, and then I took, out of that passion came solutions that people wanted from me. And I then started making money from that. Now, what happens, okay, again, which most gurus do not tell you, is that now I have the money to do my passion, which is artwork. Like right behind me, guys, is my artwork that you see. That's mine. I now have the time to do this. Now I don't have to depend on this artwork. You guys see right here. That's mine, okay? I don't have to depend on money coming in from me producing the art. It now, my business provides time for me to do the art. And if I make money from it, good. If I don't, it's okay, right? Because now I have a business structure, right? That I provide solutions for other people that provides the time for me to do the artwork. Now that's what you're talking about, turning a passion and creating a business that pays for the passion. That's what the saying should be, but that doesn't sound sexy, does it? Turn your passion into a business sounds a lot easier, but that's a lie. It really is. So what I want to share with you is how do you figure out what the problems are and what are those solutions that you can offer people and monetize that. All right. So if you're ready for that, if you can, just drop a yes in the comment section to let me know. And as you are doing that, go ahead and hit the share button. And I really, sharing is caring. Y'all got, I love that saying, sharing is caring. So go ahead and hit the share button. And as you're getting ready, I'm going to pull my notes out because I got 3 things to share with you on how you can become a problem solver, how you can start a business solving other people's problems. Like, I don't have a sexy title for that, okay? Maybe as I think about it, I might have one. All right. So again, guys, those of you who are just popping in and maybe this is the first time you're meeting me, my name is Alease Michelle, your online marketing and branding coach, and I help women just like you create businesses and grow extraordinary brands so that you can sell more products and services to the right people and live out your dreams and be able to work your passion. That is one of the things that I absolutely love doing. Yeah, see, I was able to take, thank you, Miss Sandra. I was able to take a passion, which love, and then find solutions to it. So I was able to mix the both of them, all right? So number one, so how do you find the problem and then be able to provide the solution to them? The number one way, not the number one way, I always say number one. One way is to go into Facebook groups. I always mention this. Go into Facebook groups and look at what people are asking questions about. What are they struggling with? Because in those groups, someone's always talking. They're always asking questions. How do you find this? What are the tools that you're using? What can I do to do this? Okay. Once you see that, look at the question. So maybe, let me give you an example. Maybe someone in the group says, okay, guys, I am struggling with finding the right site to publish my ebook. Okay, and you know it. You know the answer. You know the process. You know how to help people publish the ebook. You know where to publish it. You know where they can get the cover design. You know all of that, right? And you create a product, or you create some kind of paid webinar that solves that problem. That's exactly what I did with the Epic Book Launch Formula course that I did last week. I saw people were like so curious on how to publish, how to write, and how to market their book. I knew that. I help all my clients do it all the time, but it didn't dawn on me to create it and put it in a product to sell it. And it did extraordinary, okay? I wasn't even expecting that. But what happened was, again, I saw that people had a problem. I have the solution, and I packaged it up. So go, and I saw that in a group, okay? I saw it in a group. So you can do the same thing. Look inside of those groups. We're in those groups anyway. We're on Facebook anyway. So make Facebook a research area. Another way you can do this real quick, and this is not even part of my notes, is that you can just ask a question, right? Maybe you take that passion that you have or something that you love and you ask a question about it. So maybe you have a passion for knitting, right? And you're knitting and you're selling some hats and you're selling some scarves, but eventually you're just like, I'm not really liking this. I just want to make a little scarf for a baby. And, you know, I just want to make a little scarf so I can wear it. This making scarves for people is just getting crazy, not liking it. So what you can do is maybe you put out a question on your page and say, now, who is struggling with knitting or some special type of knitting? And see how many people say, yeah, I'm struggling. And then your follow-up question would be, well, what are you struggling with when it comes to, I don't know, box knitting? I don't know anything about knitting, so I don't know if that's even a knitting stroke kind of thing. And they tell you, I struggle with getting my knots right. I'm struggling with finding the right yarn. I'm struggling with, okay. So now what you've done is taken something that you know how to do, a skill set, and you've asked people if they are struggling with this particular skill set that you are great at. Now you teach it. Now that's what I like. I like for people to take what they know, expert knowledge, okay, and turn it into a business. People will pay for what you know. And we know a lot of stuff. We know a lot of stuff. So let's just turn that into a business, which is part of your passion, but it's not the passion part of doing the work, right? Again, like I love doing artwork, which is, again, this is my work back here in the vat. But I don't like really selling it to people or doing it for people, because now that love for the creativity, which, you know, happens, is gone, because now I'm working for some money. That's not what fuels me. That's not what inspires me, right? The colors and the layering and using the photos, that's what inspires me. So, but I can't teach you how to do this. I would love that. I like that. I can teach you the process. But I don't really want to, you know, go into the business of selling art anymore, because it just does, it'll take away from my passion again, right? So again, ask people, ask them what they're struggling with, dig a little more and ask some follow-up questions, and then create a product. Do a webinar, right? So that's from digging into groups and asking. Number two. What are the results that you have gotten? My paper just dropped. What are the results that you have gotten somewhere in your life? What achievement have you been able to accomplish that you now can share with other people? That you can give them the steps in the process on how you did it. So one of the things I could probably share, I don't know if any, again, I have to do my research, that people ask me, how did I become start working in higher education? I used to get that question a lot. What did you do to work in higher education and then begin, you know, becoming an associate professor? So I could basically either write a book on it, like, you know, what are my steps, what did I do, and then tell them what type of degrees that you need to have to make sure you have, and then what type of universities to look for, what to say in the, you know, interview, what to take with you in the interview, what are they looking for when you get ready to present, because as most of the time you have to present, you know, your teaching style to the board before they hire you. What type of presentations do they look for? That kind of stuff, right? So I could put up a package together and sell that. Do a workshop and sell that. to people. Maybe I could coach a new person who wants to work in the higher ed what to do, how to say, and I can coach them through it. Okay, so I'm solving that problem because that's one of the results that I've been able to accomplish. I was able to become a full-time professor at the age of 29. And there was a process to get there that I started at 22 to make it happen. So that could be a result. One of my other results could be, how did I purchase a home, right? I wasn't making a whole lot of money. How was I able to purchase a home and not have to put down a down payment? I can share that process. I know there's a lot of people who would like that information. So look at your life, your personal life, and look at what results that you have gotten for yourself. Document the process and sell it, especially if you know that people are interested in it. And let me tell you, here's a side note. How do you know that the result that you've gotten and people want it and they're looking for it? Go to Amazon. If someone has written a book about it, then other people want to know it too. You just put a little spin on it. So again, some of you have probably lost a lot of weight. How did you do it? What did you do? What did you eat? What did you not eat? Can I still eat cake? And you can say, yeah, I still eat cake. Okay? Put it together, package it in a workshop, in a workbook, in a book, in a video, in a webinar, package it, put a price tag on it, and sell it. Again, if you want to check to make sure that the result that you got that other people will pay for, go to Amazon. If it's a book about it, people will pay for it. Okay? Thank you for the thumbs up, babe. All right? And then, I hope I ain't about to knock down the camera. Number three. The number three way is, and this is something that we tend to overlook a lot. And this is, what do people come and ask you about? What do they come and ask help for? And most of the time for women, it's some type of advice. Our girlfriends calling us saying, girl, I'm having this issue with my husband. I know that you and your husband get along pretty well, or you and your husband went through the same thing. What advice can you give me to make this situation best? You give the advice, and she goes on her merry way, and she goes and fix her life. Like, Iana, fix my life. You are doing that. You can now get paid for that. Think about, you are a relationship coach. You can turn what you already do every single day into a business. Now, do you say that's your passion, that's your love? No, it doesn't have to. But you can generate income from that to be able to do your passion. So think about that. So I get a lot of questions. One of the things that I had a free strategy session, and one of the things that this particular person wanted to do, and I get this a lot, they want to start a nonprofit. And I immediately say, well, how are we going to generate money? Because nonprofits really don't generate money. And if you are calling and sitting down with me, my goal is that you don't work for anybody. Like, we get you out of that 9 to 5. And starting a nonprofit is not going to get you out of that 9 to 5. So what I do is, okay, what can we do? What type of business can we start that maybe is tied into that nonprofit that will pay for that nonprofit? Because that nonprofit is that particular person's passion. And out of that conversation, I started talking to her, and she was sharing with me that she loves to do tours around Charlotte. She also still gives business advice, which is what she will be helping people in the nonprofit do. So I was like, girl, let's look at this. Let's see, can we package up some of these things and turn them into a business? That's what we did. That's when the light bulb happened, that she now can take something that she's good at, a skill set, something that she's done at her job every day, that people ask her about, or that she has seen within a group. She now can turn that into a business to pay for the passion. You guys see the difference? Okay, so I put that together because I was just listening to a audio training or video or an audio book. That's it. Audio book in the car. And he said that. He says, turning your passion into a business is a lie. And I was like, oh, he is so right. He is so right. And so I wanted to share that with you and how I was able to turn my passion that I eventually hated into a generating business that paid for my passion. Okay? And again, there's no sexy title that I can come up with. It is what it is. So again, look in groups. Look at what you've gotten results in that people are like, oh, how did you do that? I want to do that too. Okay? Turn it into a product. Or just think about the things that you do naturally. People who ask you questions, okay? If people keep asking you the same thing over and over again, you definitely need to turn that into some type of product so that you don't have to repeat yourself every single time. And now you get paid for it. $7, $10, $20, $30, $50, $97. Get paid to do that, right? And if you feel a little icky about that, like, oh, I don't want to charge people for that, that's just me, that's what I'm good at. That's what you are good at. And what you are good at, it is okay to charge. Pastors every day, right, they get tithes, they get paid to preach the word. They had a calling to do that. They don't do that for free. Most of them write books because people want to take in the information in a different way. So don't feel icky about charging for what you're good at. That's the gift that he gave you, right? I ain't jump on here to preach, but I just want you to not feel guilty for charging for something that you're good at, that people keep asking you for. Now, I'm trying not to knock this camera down. Here's a side note. Now, you might be thinking in the back of your head, people are not going to pay for that, right? I've been giving it away for free. Now they're going to pay for it. Well, I'm just going to tell you this. If you start to charge for what you're going to do, not if, when you start to charge for what you do well, what people already ask you to do all the time, or charge for the results and people want the solution that you get, you're going to lose some people. And those people that you lose were not going to buy from you anyway. Even if you was trying to sell your passion, sell your passion, they weren't going to buy from you anyway. Okay? So leave those people behind and go and help people. Now, here's another thing that he said, right? Which was, again, a lighting. It was like an epiphany that I've heard 1,000 times. If you help 1 million people, you will make $1 million. If you help 100 people, you will make $100. If you help 1,000 people, you will make thousands of dollars. Okay? Go out there and help people. Provide solutions to their problems. Don't add on to their problems. Don't say, girl, yeah, I'm going through it too, blah, blah, blah. Don't add to them. You're not being productive to society. It is your moral obligation to help people solve their problems. If you got the solution, it is your moral obligation to help them solve it so that we all can live in the world better. Now, I don't want you to help them solve that problem for free. Not all the time, okay? I want you to get paid for it so that you can pay for your passion. Right? I am so glad that I'm able now to do my artwork, produce artwork, and not think about the money. Because I am generating income, providing solutions to people who have problems about how to brand and market their business. And I want to make sure I can do that for you. All right, guys, so the month is about to end. We're about to go into a new month of October. I have some spots on my calendar for a free strategy session. I call my strategy session, Let's Do This. I have 4 spots. I didn't put that in the comment section, but I have about 4 to 5 spots. If you are interested and need and want that free strategy session with me, go to aleasemichellecom/let's do this and apply for that section. In that session, when you apply, you're going to fill out an application. I'm going to get it. I'm going to see what type of business you have, what are you struggling, and then we're going to get on the phone for 30 minutes and we are going to have a powwow, okay? We are going to hash out everything there is about your business. And when you get off the phone with me, you're going to have a strategy that you can implement right then and there. Now, if I really feel like you and I vibe together, or you like me and I like you, then there might be an opportunity for you and I to work on a one-on-one basis, okay? But initially, that free strategy session is what it is. It's a 30-minute free strategy session that I can help you solve your problem. Now, if you got some other problems that you would like for me to have, then we can talk about other problems that you would like for me to help you with. Then we can talk about working together one-on-one. All right. So guys, again, if you hear that saying, turn your passion into a business, look the other way, because that's a lie. And you think about what solutions can you offer to people who have problems. You are now a problem solver, right? You are in the business of solving problems. All right. So thank you so much, guys, for joining me. Thank you for the hearts and the likes. Again, if you are just joining me, start from the beginning, and as you start, go ahead and share this. Our sharing is caring. And again, guys, if you need to talk to somebody about how to become a problem solver, right, make money solving other people's problems, then go to aleasemichelle.com/let's do this. All right, the link is up above in the description, so if you miss it, you can click on the blue link above. All right, guys, you have a great day. I will be talking to you later. Peace out.